Hi Virgo, welcome to your November 2024 horoscope. I hope you are excited for November because there will be a breath of fresh energy in November. This will be because Pluto will enter a new sign and Saturn will go direct. But first of all, we start off the month with a new moon in Scorpio on November 1st. For you, Virgo, this new moon is taking place in your third house of communication, of siblings and neighbors. So you might find yourself invigorated and inspired in that area. However, in order to feel inspired and rejuvenated, you do need to first dig deep and maybe face any difficult feelings you might have about your local community, about your siblings, about your neighbors, maybe even about the way you communicate with others. In essence, you need to take a look at the skeletons that you have been hiding in the closet. For the sake of time, I'll stop talking about the new moon in Scorpio in this video. But if you feel that you want more, you want to dive into what you can expect, then I'll leave a dedicated new moon in Scorpio video I did right here for you. Just 2 days later, on November 3rd, we have a bit more of a tense day. And this is because we have 4 planets opposing each other in the sky. This is an opposition between Jupiter and Venus, and an opposition between Mars and Pluto. For you, Virgo, these 4 planets are in your 4th, 5th, 10th, and 11th house. This tension you might experience is between you spending a lot of thoughts and giving a lot of considerations towards your career. Maybe you're even fighting quite a lot, putting a lot of power and energy into making sure that you're heading in the right direction, that making sure that you are going to accomplish the goals you have set for yourself in the future. But at the same time, you feel this pull. Again, we're talking about oppositions. So you feel this pull towards also going a bit more internal, focusing a bit more on yourself, what's going inside, and trying to remain aligned to your internal callings and things that really align with you versus maybe pursuing like an idealized future, idealized career. And if you didn't have enough, there is more. The day after, on November 4th, we have the Sun trining Saturn, and we also have Mars entering the sign of Leo. Mars will be entering your 12th house of spirituality. So you might feel a little bit less active. You might feel a little bit more like, I don't want to say lazy, but a little bit more like you want to take a rest. You want to do your spiritual practices. You want to get in touch more with your intuition. It's a little bit more of this restful, calm energy. And with the trine between the Sun and Saturn, how this might manifest for you, Virgo, on this day is that all the hard work you've been doing, the sacrifices you might have been making with your relationships is reaping good results, is giving you good benefits with your communication. I can imagine, like when we are in partnership, a huge part is learning how to communicate effectively. And therefore, on this day, you might see those skills you've practiced in your relationship, you being able to relay them in other areas of your life as well. Then we have a bit of a break astrology-wise. There's quite a few days where not much is happening in the sky. The next notable transit is on November 11th when Venus enters Capricorn. For you, Virgo, Venus is entering your 5th house of fun and pleasures, self-expression, creativity, romantic relationships. So you might feel like you especially want to bring beauty and harmony into that area of your life. It could literally mean that if you're somebody that paints and expresses themselves in that way, that maybe you start focusing on painting more aesthetically pleasing types of things. But it could be more of a manifestation on a less tangible way as well. It could be that when you are participating in fun daily activities, going to parties, to art museums, maybe going on dates, that you're also much more focused on the beauty and harmony in those interactions, the beauty and harmony with the people that you're doing that with, and much more focused on, is this relationship something that's harmonious and something that's just yummy and Venusian. A couple of days later, on November 15th, we have a full moon in Taurus. This is a jam-packed moon because it has quite a lot of astrology things going on. So we have the moon conjunct Uranus, we have Venus squaring the north and the south node, and we have Saturn, who is ready to go direct. For you, Virgo, this full moon is taking place in your 9th house of travel, of education, of your belief systems. So on this full moon, you might be facing some sort of consequence in that area of your life as a result of your previous actions. If you have been putting in hard work and really thinking about what are your unique beliefs, what are your unique values, then on this day, you will see the little seedlings that you planted start to sprout, start to give fruit, start to show from the ground underneath. Keep in mind that the north nodes are also involved with this full moon. So whatever is happening is probably also helping your soul's evolution in some way as well, because the north and the south node usually represent that. Honestly, we could talk about this full moon for a while, but just for the sake of time, I will post a separate full moon in Taurus video later in November. We'll go through all of the zodiac signs and what they can expect in detail. So if you want to make sure that you catch that one, make sure you hit that subscribe button. A couple of days later, on November 19th, we have Pluto entering the sign of Aquarius. I know I have been talking about this for a while. First, it entered Aquarius, then it went back to Capricorn. It did that a couple of times. But I promise you, this is it. Pluto will not go back into Capricorn until a very, very long time. We are going to be dead by then. So for the next 20 years, the focus is the sign of Aquarius. For you, Virgo, this is your 6th house. So you will be trying to learn trying to bring more purpose and meaning into your day-to-day routine. You're going to try to find a meaning in terms of what sort of contribution you make to society. Is there a certain skill that you're using to help humanity, to be able to be of service to others? And this is also another area where I could talk about forever, Pluto in Aquarius. But just to save time here for this horoscope, I will direct you to this live that I did a while back. It's an hour and a half long. We talk about every zodiac sign in detail, so make sure you check that one out. Closely after, on November 21st, we also have the sun entering the sign of Sagittarius. And as it does that, it sextiles Pluto. For you, Virgo, the sun is entering your 4th house. So you might be feeling much more oriented towards internal items, towards maybe literally your home, maybe towards your internal world, or even your family dynamics. And because it's sextiling Pluto, you might especially be incorporating these types of activities into your day-to-day routine. Maybe all of a sudden, part of your morning routine is giving one of your family members a phone call and catching up with them. And finally, we wrap up the month of November with a grand trine between Mars, the North Node, and the Sun. And even though this grand trine is not exact, it's not going to happen on one day, it is a sort of energy that expands over 5 days. First, only 2 planets trine each other, then another one comes into a mix. So it's really more about a general energy of harmony that is there for 5 days, from the 22nd until the 27th. For you, Virgo, this trine is happening in your 4th, 8th, and 12th houses. This is all about feeling inspired, excited, or ready to take on any sort of spiritual opportunities coming your way. You might find that your spiritual practice just flows and feels so much easier. You might find that your intuition is at an all-time high. You might find that your dreams are quite vivid, or you just have a lot of things happening that are like very coincidental, and you're like, this is too much of a coincidence to just be a coincidence. So I do hope you enjoy this wonderful way to wrap up the month, Virgo. So overall, Virgo, I hope you're excited for the month ahead, and I hope this horoscope gave you a little bit more of an understanding of what you can expect. Honestly, for you, there are quite a few different areas highlighted throughout the month. You have some family focus, some focus on your routine, and then of course, we have that beautiful opportunity for enriching your spirituality practices as well. Thanks for joining me, Virgo. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch that full moon horoscope that's coming up very soon. And I hope to see you again soon.